Napoleon Bonaparte, il fool, allo, allo. Farce mode, delivering a fire and brimstone rag to a confused English major, a lovesick resistance agent, and a goat in a hat. Napoleon's having art in exile, stomping across a dusty drawing room on St. Helena, wearing a half-buttoned uniform, one boot, and a monocle from a cereal box. Attention! I, Napoleon Bonaparte, so once in future Emperor of the French bits, I have an announcement to make. I was once the most feared man in Europe, the mighty general, the grand strategist, the owner of 17 cloaks and a very small dog named Dynamite. And now I am living in a cottage with a bent spoon and a goat called Bernard. I conquered Italy, Egypt, Prussia, and half of a cheese shop in Brussels. And I did it all with one good hat and two very angry eyebrows. I was majestic, magnifique, and marginally taller than they keep saying. And who defeated me? Not a duke, not a king, not a mighty warrior, no, a Wellington, a man named after a bloody boot. He turned up in Belgium with tea, marmalade, and an attitude like a wet sock in November. And Josephine, don't make me wave my fist again about Josephine. She was a jewel of my heart and the drain of my finances. I gave her diamonds, she gave me perfume bills, and an illegitimate nephew called Pierre who collects spoons. He throws a baguette at the wall, it bounces off and hits him in the shoulder. Now listen to me, Major Cedric Twiglet of Her Majesty's Royal Observers who don't observe anything useful. You say I am finished? Bah! I am not finished. I am pausing strategically. Even now, I am planning my glorious escape. I will build a raft out of old bedpans and sail to France. I shall arrive in Paris with fireworks, trumpets, and perhaps an accordionist named Jean-Claude. The people will scream, Napoleon, mon empereur, mon petit fromage. And to you, Mademoiselle Fifi le Bang Bang, the loveliest resistance agent to ever smuggle dynamite in a garter belt, I say prepare your kisses, sharpen your lipstick, and meet me behind the bakery at dawn. Bring snacks. And if anyone tries to stop me, I will throw this goat. He picks up Bernard. The goat Bernard bleats in protest and immediately headbutts him. Napoleon collapses in a heap. Curse the British, curse the Russians, curse Bernard! But most we curse whoever made that map upside down at Waterloo. I was aiming for Brussels, ended up in a bog. Vive la France, vive la France, vive la France. Vive la France.
Fofina, bang bang, love, loyalty, and lipstick grain eyes.
She struts in holding a feather boa in one hand and a baguette full of dynamite in the other. She speaks with that breathy, exaggerated French accent that makes vowels last longer than most wars.
Napoleon, mon Leo, mon little omelet of destiny.
I have heard your cries say echo across the island like say song of a wounded accordion. Or perhaps that is just Bernard again chewing on the fencing wire.
You say you are defeated?
No, you are, how you say, emotionally ventilated. You are the soul of France, the pride of Corsica, the man with a chest so hairy once started a forest fire in Marseille.
Do not speak of Wellington.
Ah, he is nothing but a man in rubber boots with a face like a damp biscuit. The only thing he ever conquered was an overcooked potato. And Josephine.
Let her go, mon empereur. She was a perfume cloud with legs, a champagne bubble with teeth, a woman with 16 bank accounts and zero conscience.
But me, Fifi, you've always believed in you.
From the moment you burst into that tavern in Lyon yelling, "Who took my map?" to the time you mistook a cannon for a urinal and shouted, "Fire the other way!" You are madness, you are magnificence, you are my raging cross of chaos. Together we shall escape. I've hidden a submarine in the wine cellar, disguised as a barrel of Beaujolais. I've cushion.
But first, let me kiss you.
She kisses him, the room briefly explodes. Bernard the ghost faints.
Vive la révolution! Vive l'amour! Vive la very silly plot twist!
Stiff upper-lipped response of Major Cedric Fortescue Twiglet, formerly of Her Majesty's Secret Bunker Cleaning Division, now marooned on St. Helena with a mustache that's classified and a monocle polished with Churchill's ghost. Major Cedric Twiglet DSO, OBEQUIT, standing awkwardly in the middle of the room, clutching a clipboard and wearing khaki short socks to the knees and a pith helmet with a teacup stuck on top. Right, well, what jolly queer business this is. Now see here, Boney, or may I call you Boney, old sausage? I do say, your latest outburst was rather, well, loud and explosive and dangerously continental. As a representative of the Crown and temporary keeper of this rather drafty, goat-ridden exile facility, I must remind you that throwing livestock at British personnel violates Clause 17B of the Royal Farmyard Protocols. Also, your hat is upside down again. Now then, about this, Mademoiselle Bang Bang, I must confess, I was not briefed on her arrival, nor her choice of entrance via chandelier, nor her, abundance of concealed munitions. She has more firepower in her undergarments than the entire home guard of Tunbridge. Well, and this passionate display of affection you two have just performed, absolutely not in the manual. Although I must say, rather impressive blast radius. Still, I shan't be rattled I survived the siege of Sandwich. I once escaped a rogue tea trolley in Basingstoke, armed only with a jam scone, a silver spoon, and a frown. So mark my words, Napoleon, I shall report this escapade to my superiors back in Blighty, just as soon as they reattach the telegraph wire and return my carrier pigeon Nigel. Until then, I demand civility, clean conduct, and absolutely no more goat slinging.